Let me now bring on board Milind Lakte. He's EVP and Global Head HR Resource with TCS. Milind, good morning. Thank you for joining us. You've said cat amongst the pigeon because IT companies normally keep their employees at campus. They work in their development centers. But now you are saying that TCS has worked out a new 25 by 25 model where 75% of the workforce actually will work from home. How will you achieve that? And what has forced you to come up with this kind of a model?
Thank you, Nikunj. It's always good to connect with you. See, this is something which has been developing in many forms and shapes from 3 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago, we had set ourselves a bold vision of becoming 100% agile by 2020, and we are all set to achieving this goal. As a part of this initiative. We actually moved our people from ODCs to agile operating centers, and then encouraged and talked to our customers to go to open agile workspaces where people sit with each other. People sit with each other with different customers working for different customers, and it's more about identity-based security than perimeter-based security. So those learnings were very big for us, when we did this, and so moving from closed ODCs to agile operating centers to open agile workspaces, eventually now in this COVID environment, working remotely. So all those learnings which we had during that period actually came very, very handy at this time. And we were able to move more than 90%, actually, if I'm very close to 95% now, of our workforce working from home. Those learnings, which include, whether it's network bandwidth management or running state-of-the-art security operation centers internally to be able to make sure that we provide that comfort of high level of security, even working in this environment, and those things actually eventually led to what we called a new model called SBWS, which is Secured Borderless Workspaces, and which allows people to work from home in a extremely secured manner. And that led us to basically, we've been now doing this, working on this for last 4 weeks, and we got some very, very good signs in terms of overall people satisfaction, overall in terms of even some initial signs of productivity improvement. And see, this is not the first time we are thinking along these lines. We've been thinking about these things for quite some time. And we actually are very confident that, we can get to this 25 by 25 model. We have no hesitation to see our future operating model where, 25% of our employees may have to be in the office to be 100% productive, for the organization to be 100% productive. Only 25% of their time need to be spent in the office. I think these beliefs are not just happened in the last 4 weeks. We have been thinking about it for a very long time along these lines. And, this COVID situations obviously accelerated this to some extent. And we believe by 2025, we'll have this kind of environment going forward. And we're very excited about it, actually.
Okay. So I've got a lot of follow-up questions because I'm curious to understand that how will such a large workforce in a sector which is a very complex sector and delivery deadlines and productivity levels have to be maintained will be implemented. But before I go there, Milind, what happens to the traditional on-site versus offshore model? Because if you are indicating that 25% of the workforce will only be working from office, what happens to on-site then?
No, I think the fact that on-site will remain means I think there is some certain level of customer interaction that needs to happen. Today, we have on-site workforce primarily for customer interactions and ensuring that we actually are in sync with what is been agreed upon, and with respect to day-to-day stuff which needs to happen from a coordination standpoint as well as from a customer relationship management standpoint. So those things will continue. That model is not going to change. Here it is basically what we are saying is even in an agile model before COVID, pre-COVID, we actually were having sessions with customers on video cons where the business side of the customers talking with the IT people sitting here in India. And so that is not going to change. That will continue. It will just happen that people just happen to be at home instead of being at work. And all the environments which, like you and me are talking about right now, where I am speaking from home, it will happen like that at work also for those work situations as well.
So then what happens, I'm again being slightly repetitive with this one, and I'm asking a basic question. Our understanding is that IT companies, they normally follow a split of 70-30 on-site and offshore kind of a model. So in the new 2025 strategy, what could be your on-site workforce then?
I don't see a significant change happening on that end, Nikunj. It will continue to be at 30%, and based on this ratio is very different based on the nature of work. And it really does not depend on this situation as such. There are situations where we are 100% offshore. There are situations where we are 60% offshore. And depending on the nature of work, and I don't believe that is going to change significantly as a result of this.
Okay. You mentioned that productivity levels in the 4 weeks where employees are working from home have gone higher. Can you be slightly more descriptive on that, and what does this mean for the future workforce and the future wage bill? Because if your productivity levels have gone higher, your delivery and your capability will increase, which means that you will need less manpower, or you perhaps will be able to take care of a big reboot in your wage cost.
See, I think, let me just put it this way. These are early signs of what we have seen, this 4 weeks of effort which has gone in. We've seen some good signs, I can only give you qualitative things which are there today. And maybe after a year from now, when we talk, I can give you numbers, right? On this. But I think the point is, a number of our associates are commuting almost 2.5 hours every day, right? We are actually, constant discussions with them about how to use this time productively, right? Going forward, this is a significant. Not only as an HR person, I look at it more as a quality of life improvement parameter, and productivity will obviously come in, right? And so the quality of life comes in. That basically has a significant impact on the overall behavior and happiness index of an individual on a day-to-day basis. So some of these parameters, we believe, actually will go a long way in not only bringing productivity up, but also bring associate satisfaction going up significantly in the process, and thereby further